You could be a runner, a swimmer, a biker, a tennis player, a cricketer. You need to put in new thoughts, new actions, new projections to actually get to your goal. What is that one thing that made you always a winner? So I was barely 20 years old. I had the opportunity of walking into some of the most powerful rooms, not just in India, but world over. And I would ask each and every successful person out there when it came to them building their wealth, health, family, an entire ecosystem that just screamed success, right? I asked them, what was that one thing that helped them achieve where they are? And they said, mindset. And that took me deeper into recognizing and studying what mindset really is. Now, I've been an athlete, and I'm pretty sure many of you out there who've been athletes. You could be a runner, a swimmer, a biker, a tennis player, a cricketer. You could be anyone, right? What is that one thing that you did on the court that made you always score the most, or race faster, or be a winner? And that was your mindset. You could be of any shape, any size, but it's in the mind where the key is. So now think of your mind as your private estate, right? You've got to clean it up. You got to recognize. You need to make some space. You need to put in new thoughts, new actions, new projections to actually get to your goal. And that led me to a very interesting concept that I studied, and that was neuroplasticity. Now, what exactly is neuroplasticity, right? Exactly 7 years ago, I felt I was a completely different human being. And when I applied neuroplasticity, it's nothing but rewiring and lasting new thought patterns, new wave patterns, not just in your mind, but in your body. And that comes to a part of journaling that I want to share to you. I every day take my notebook, right? And I write something. It could be anything as informative or even just brainless, doesn't matter. The moment you have a pen or a pencil in your hand and you're writing, you're actually using your thumb and your front finger. And these are the 2 points that are firing those neurons in your brain, and you're writing. And that's why the ancient rishis, when they would hold their pen, or in India, as they say, kalam, they would write. And when they would write the scripts and the scriptures and the chants and the mantras. And that's what, from there emerged the Vedas, the Purans, right? And this is exactly what mindset and neuroplasticity is. You integrate new thought patterns within yourself. Now, one step ahead of that, let me give you another cue. So in my 5 years of wanting to understand what life is and the entire quest of becoming and emerging into this powerful and strong woman that I always knew I am, but I wanted to practice it. And that led me to a very interesting concept called Vipassana. Now, for many of you who have not tapped into this concept, it's an ancient Hindu, Indian, and Buddhist tradition of meditating. And this is a form of meditation where you quieten all your senses, all your 5 plus and above senses that we have in our body. So when you shut all those senses, you enter a state which, like I mentioned, you enter a very interesting theta state. When you enter that state, you recognize the power of intuition. The power of intuition is nothing else but the very embodiment of being a feminine woman, or just being feminine, so to speak. Now, they say masculinity is associated with control. Feminine is associated with intuition. Rather, femininity is associated with intuition. Many of you must be wondering, what is intuition? Well, intuition is your inner compass. Think of it like your GPS. You're driving and you switched on your GPS, right? And you want to reach a certain location. You switch that on. That is your intuition that takes you to your final destination. And that is very much within ourselves. That intuition that is guiding us, that is taking us to our very, very achievable and a dreamlike goal, which is very realistic. And I want all of you to realize and recognize that you too can achieve each and every aspiration and goal of yours if you have that intuition awakened in you. It's not about being a woman. It's not about you being a man. It's just about being a human being and recognizing the gift that you have within yourself. And especially with today's day and age, we have AI, super fast computers, ultra supersonic systems. We need to remember we have a very powerful mind. It is this very mind that has created the AI. And if we can give gratitude, grace, and respect to our very mind, we can achieve so much more and beyond. This takes me to another place of recognizing who you are. If you know who yourself, or if you're struggling in who you are, who you think you are not, I want you to take a step back. I want you to breathe. And I want you to listen to yourself. Because you know why? Life can seem hard, life can seem difficult. But believe me when I say it, when you are sinking, when the crowd and the people around you don't listen to you, when the nation around you, the ecosystem around you doesn't support you, you have to listen to that inner voice. There is this guiding voice in you that will tell you, wake up, walk that path, because that path is the very light we need to recognize. And I want you to see me as I look into your eyes, that you can rise with you. In this process together, we can shine.